The Midnight Heist. It was a crisp autumn evening when Lucien crept through the back alley, the soft sound of his footsteps muffled by the dense fog that had settled over the city. He had always been good at blending in, moving like a shadow in the dark, unnoticed by those who passed him by. But tonight was different. Tonight, he was after something big. Lucien had never been a common thief. He didn't steal to survive, not anymore. It wasn't the thrill of getting away with it either. No, for him, it was the chase, the puzzle, the strategy. He was after treasures that others believed were beyond reach, hidden in plain sight, often under lock and key. His latest target? The legendary Moonstone, a gem said to hold mystical powers. It had been locked away in the vault of a private collector, Mr. Ashford, a wealthy man with more money than he knew what to do with. For weeks, Lucien had studied the mansion from afar. He knew the guards' shifts, the security systems, even the exact time the security cameras switched off for a 5-minute window each night. Tonight, everything would fall into place. The mansion loomed ahead, its tall iron gates creaking in the wind. Lucien approached the wall, slipping through a gap that he had scouted earlier. The ground was damp, but his boots made no sound as he moved swiftly toward the side door. His fingers danced across the lock, a soft click signaling his entry. Inside, the house was quiet. The grand chandelier in the hallway cast faint, ghostly shadows on the marble floors. Lucien's heart raced, not from fear, but from the excitement of being so close to his prize. He could almost feel the cool touch of the moonstone in his hands. The vault was down the hall, behind a thick, ornate door. Lucien approached it cautiously. The security system was sophisticated, but nothing he couldn't handle. With a flick of his wrist, he worked the combination lock, and after a tense moment, the door swung open, revealing the vault's treasure, the moonstone, resting on a velvet cushion. But as Lucien reached for it, something caught his eye, a reflection in the dark. He turned, and there, standing in the doorway, was Mr. Ashford himself, a sly smile curling on his lips. "Did you really think I wouldn't notice?" Ashford asked, his voice low and calm, like a predator toying with its prey. Lucien froze, his hands still hovering over the moonstone. He hadn't planned for this. "I should have known you'd be ready for me," he said, a wry grin tugging at his lips. He wasn't afraid, he never had been. But he knew this could be his final heist. Ashford stepped closer. "You're good, Lucien. Very good. But not good enough." Before Lucien could react, Ashford's hand darted to his pocket, pulling out a small device. A whirring sound filled the room as the walls began to close in, an elaborate trap set to catch anyone who dared steal from the vault. Lucien's mind raced. He needed a way out, now. His eyes scanned the room, locking on the window. Without hesitation, he grabbed the moonstone, stuffed it into his coat pocket, and dashed toward the window. He didn't stop to look back, even as Ashford's laughter echoed behind him. He leapt through the window, crashing into the bushes below, and tumbled into the night. His heart pounded, but the rush of adrenaline kept him moving. The moonstone was his. Lucien disappeared into the fog, vanishing like a whisper in the wind. And though he knew the chase would never end, there would always be another vault, another treasure to claim, he couldn't help but smile. After all, no one could ever catch a thief like him.